Hi, how are you, Ben? My name's Johnny. I'm here from Michigan State University. Nice.
Guys, don't get violent, or they're going to blame me.
That was more controversial than being a liberal. So my question is, a 2020 candidate named Andrew Yang has brought up a topic that's big now of universal basic income. And before you destroy it with facts and logic, my question about it is everybody from Martin Luther King Jr. to Milton Friedman has advocated for some form of guaranteed income. And I think you can agree that usually when the government runs things, that maybe they don't end up very good. So if more money was focused on going into the hands of people without restriction, would you be in favor of some form of universal basic income?
So there is a distinction between different types of universal basic income. Sometimes by universal basic income, people just mean that the government is going to sign a check in addition to the current means-tested welfare programs that exist. Sometimes they mean, like Milton Friedman meant, a negative income tax, meaning we get rid of all of the welfare system, and instead we just sign you a flat check. Right? And that flat check basically is going to be for whatever you want it to be for. I think that the record of universal basic income has not been particularly successful. They tried it in Ontario. They had to stop it because it was incentivizing people not to work. They tried it in Norway. It was also not particularly effective. They had to stop it because it was incentivizing people to be unwilling to work. It's an idea that makes sense only under the supposition that there is a group of legitimate unemployables. And that seems to be the growing perception these days, is that technology is going to take over. There's going to be a permanent underclass of people who simply can't get a job. They're going to be sitting on their butt. They won't literally have a means to live unless we sign them a check. I'm pretty skeptical of that line of economic thought, because that's been said about virtually every major technological development in the history of mankind, is that a new technological development will put an enormous swath of people out of work. That is true temporarily. It is not true permanently. We have effectively permanent and full employment in the United States, under 4%. So the notion, and we have 7 million unfilled jobs right now, and people who are not filling them. So I don't really want to incentivize people to not go and get those jobs. If we ever reach the point where there is universal prosperity, to the point where there is no scarcity problem, where it's not a matter of redistributing finite resources, but a matter of resources are plentiful for everyone, then I think that or we reach a point where there is a permanent group of unemployables, as we say, then I think that we'll have no choice but to look at something like universal basic income. I just don't think we're there yet.
Thanks, sir.